Okay. New Species' mission is to help our clients live better and longer. New Species invents and manufactures our own unique line of raw and high potency plant based herbal formulas, herbal supplements, herbal medicine, whatever you call it, can be all of the above.
Genesis is your latest example.
And all of our formulas are designed to support our bodies to be resilient against the toughest of health challenges. But we're all on our own unique health journey, and a good choice for you may not be a good choice for someone else. And that is why we host this Q&A every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. so that you can get the answers to your questions to help you continue along your own unique health journey. So thank you for so much for being here with us today. Because I am now engineering the show, you can actually see there's all this stuff in front of me. I can keep my eye on Instagram. So those of you watching on Instagram, please go ahead and chat your questions and we will get them into the show. We did say last week that we were going to pick up on some topics that we left off on
last week.
So if those of you are here with us today, please remind us of where we left off or what is maybe you thought more deeply about that topic since we last talked and you want to rephrase your question or ask something more differently. So go ahead and let us know. Let's in the meantime say good morning to Fitzgerald. Hi Fitzgerald, good morning. He caught me showing up late to Bronxville last week and I was all disheveled and I called him by the wrong name and I was so embarrassed. I know.
Yeah.
Hi Dainty.
Just remember Kennedy next time.
Kennedy?
John F. Kennedy.
Oh, why?
John Fitzgerald Kennedy.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Hope that's a compliment, Fitzgerald.
Oh, it is. Absolutely.
Hi, good morning, Dainty. Good morning, NRE. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, June. Good morning, Trevor. Good morning, Maxine. Good job, June. She's ready to take notes. I hope everyone else is.
Yes, especially to pass them on to family members. Don't forget that, folks. All the education we do, pass this knowledge, pass this information along to family members. And I know a lot of you, like me, have extremely stubborn family members, very stubborn, and they won't listen to you. But try to get them to join or pass the information to them. And you never know. Lightning could strike twice. Right in the same place.
A broken clock.
I'm still trying with my family, huh?
A broken clock is still correct 2 times a day.
Yeah. Okay, that's another one. Oh boy, let's just make this comedy hour. How about that?
Okay, now you're raising the bar too high.
Yeah.
All right. So if you can post your questions into the chat. Good morning, GE James. Greetings.
And don't forget to subscribe to NuSpecies if you haven't yet. Right. We still have a little way to get to 1,000 subscribers. And it's a number of clients have said to me, like July, Susan July, she's on, I think.
Yes, she is.
How come you don't have 100,000 subscribers? A big company like NuSpecies.
Oh gosh.
Susan, is because we have not been asking until recently. Yeah. We just didn't think of those things.
Also, a lot of people, I think they see the success of NuSpecies products for them individually. They see it for their friends and family, and then they just think, okay, well, so many people are getting help from NuSpecies. Why is there not this like collection of people on social media for NuSpecies? And it's because when we do the work right, we're focused on one person at a time. In order to get all the people we work with in one place, we have to then spend separate time marketing and working on growing us as a culture, as a group. And so that's partly what we're trying to refocus on now. I think a lot of you know that we were on Irie Jam Radio, 93.5 FM for about 13 years. And that was kind of how we talked to the masses. And we didn't really transition those masses over to our own platforms. So now we have extra time and resources to dedicate to our own platforms. And this is our effort right now. We're finally doing it. So we are continuing to tell every person that comes to our stores. Aston's probably talking about it with folks that he consults with, but
I do.
We're still very much on a one-to-one basis with each of you. This is probably the biggest group that we gather. And then on social, we're not big on social as individuals. So getting on social as a business is even harder, but we're working on it. We're working on it. We're trying to take all the amazing information that we collect from you, all the amazing insights and inspiration we get from working with you, and we're trying to put that onto social and lots of individual posts, which really just depends on me. So, and now I'm working in Bronxville, so it's even harder.
Right. In addition to that, our clients are extremely conservative. So they don't reveal their personal issues as they, are entitled to choose not to. And as a result of that, there's just a lot of confidentiality, secrecy, which is, completely fine. But they're there. We have the very large community of clients and NuSpecies family out there worldwide, actually. And you know, I think it will take a little time to grow our social media because we really haven't done much, if anything, in social media. We do posts, but we don't do like reposts. We don't. There's a lot we just don't do.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a whole other world.
Yeah, because
Um,
we're busy helping you.
That's true. That's true. We're really
Yeah.
just trying to get that right, every single day. If you even see the notes and the collaboration and coordination we do in our systems to keep everything up to date, to make sure every team member knows exactly where you are in your progress with us, what you need next, making sure your contact information is
Mhm.
correct. I mean, and then we use multiple systems because we use HIPAA compliant systems for your health records, and then we use regular customer service systems just for all the other information, and we have to keep it all up to date, and it's just there's just so much that goes on in the background so that when you're talking to us, we're showing up for you 100%. And it does just takes a lot of time, but we're really trying to figure out how to also be there with you on social and here on YouTube. So we need you to start by being there for us. I think we're up to 977 subscribers, so we just need like 24 more people. So if
Mhm.
you're listening now and you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, I see a bunch of you there on Instagram watching. Maybe pop over to YouTube just to hit subscribe. We're still happy to cater to you on Instagram, but if you could also subscribe to us on YouTube, it would be very, very helpful.
Yeah.
All right. We do have a first question here
All right.
from GE James. Does the new Genesis help to lower or stabilize high blood pressure?
So the answer is an absolutely yes. New Genesis, because we're focusing on the DNA, right, and the genes. So anytime you pose a a question about New Genesis, you're going to hear a lot about DNA and genes, just a lot, because the the new Genesis is focused on that, helping the body to purify, detoxify, clean, cleanse, whatever you call, plus rebuild, support DNA and genes. Of course, you know that DNA create genes and genes create proteins to support all the organs and all the glands.
So, as in maybe you want to say all this stuff very slowly, because
Hmm.
even when you first started to say this stuff to me, I was like, no, like genes are smaller
Is
than
this really
DNA, and
complicated? Oh, all
and
right,
what do you
all
mean it
right,
makes it,
all
and
right,
isn't
all
it just
right.
there when we're born, and it's just there?
It's
And
there.
so like a lot of folks don't really, because so we're gonna get to the high blood pressure part of this, but I think you need to say this stuff slowly
Okay.
and assume that
Okay.
nobody knows what you're talking
All
about,
right.
especially because
My
Judy's taking
apologies
notes.
to all of you. I just assume that all you new species, you new species family, I assume that you're like June up to date. But I know that most of you are anyway. But the the easy way to think of it is if you have high blood pressure lives in the blood vessels is because the blood vessels are partially blocked or the blood vessels are shrinking. Your doctors won't tell you that, but that's why you have high blood pressure. And the high blood pressure could be caused from infection, inflammation, pain, nerve issues. Stress is one of the big one. Stress mean when the body's under pressure, our bodies create massive amount of cortisol and steroids and other hormones, and it's toxic because the body just can't get rid of it quickly enough. And so the toxicity of these hormones, they shrink the blood vessels, they depress the immune system, and that's how a lot of people get high blood pressure and going to have it for life because there's no medication to correct that. But yes, neurogenesis that helps to support genes and DNA. And yes, there are DNA and genes that are responsible for the blood vessels, as you all know. that's the connection between DNA genes and high blood pressure. It's the genes that are responsible for keeping, maintaining the blood vessels in a healthy state. Those genes are not functioning the way they should, and that's how NuGenesis is going to help to support the DNA and genes to support the blood vessels, so they can have the, the softness they need to have to receive the blood, the oxygenated blood from the lung, from the heart, that goes from the lung to the heart. And once you fix those blood vessels, your blood pressure should go away. So yes, NuGenesis. And speaking of NuGenesis, all of you on now, if you plan to get a bottle, you better get it between now and Wednesday, because, and I'm just picking Wednesday randomly. The first batch we had sold out within a week or so. And the second batch, we're deep into it, and it's not even in the stores yet. It won't get to the stores until Wednesday. So pick up the phone now and call and reserve. You got to use your card or whatever, and make sure you reserve a bottle of the NuGenesis if you plan to get one.
All right. Um, something else I guess we could say is this applies to NuGenesis, but it also applies to all of our products. And it was interesting. I was talking to a gentleman in the store the other day, and we just kept going in circles. And he finally said to me, "I don't know. I don't understand you guys. It's just like you're just talking backwards." So because he wanted to understand, like,
Yeah, we're
the
dyslexic.
he was like, because he keeps trying to pin me down to say that this product is going to like protect or heal his kidneys, right?
Hmm.
And I keep saying to him, but your body is supposed to protect and heal your kidneys. It's your body, it's a healthy body will maintain healthy organs and healthy body systems. NuSpecies formulas, in a variety of ways, are supporting your body to do that work. So our formulas are not like directly a treatment for anything, and you don't want it. I know that sounds simpler, and it would be just so much easier to sell our products if we could just say that, but we wouldn't even want to say that if we could. We legally can't, and we don't even want to, because it doesn't scientifically make sense. Your body is is the process. Your body is taking care of itself. It is responsible for healing itself. The reason you have developed a health issue, the reason any of us develop a health issue, is not because your body just doesn't know what it's doing and humans need to like invent something to do something for your body. It's because you have been getting in the way. We get in the way of our own body maintaining itself
Hmm.
with our lifestyles, with exposures to toxins, with stress, with not enough sleep, not enough water, not exercising. There's just numerous things going against human health today. Even when you understand all this and you're trying to do your best, you are still being exposed to things you cannot control that your body is fighting with. Okay, so having said that, right? The key to helping your body get better is to remove those obstacles and to give it the tools that it needs to do the work, not to bypass the body and say, okay, you don't know what you're doing. Let me just stick this in there and I'm going to fix that kidney. That's not how it works. Your body has to fix the kidney. So having said that, this is why NuSpecies formulas can be used in so many ways, is because we're putting the whole foods, the actual plants that contain the whole toolbox, like a buffet of nutrition, for your body on at any given moment to decide how it wants to use those plants and extract those nutrients and phytochemicals and enzymes and all the stuff that comes naturally in a beautiful package already made perfectly by God or the universe or nature or whatever we want to call it. And now your body already knows what to do. So, this is why NuSpecies, no matter how hard it is to sell our products, insist on continuing to make our formulas with combinations of plants that your body is going to use to support a variety of different things. And so he kept trying to say to me, okay, but is this going to help my kidney? And I'm saying, but well, do you have a kidney problem? Are you trying to work on something specific? And he's like, no, I just want to make sure I'm helping my kidney. I'm like, all right, well, your body's going to help your kidney. This is going to help your body. And he was just getting so annoyed with me, and I didn't know what else to do or say. It's like, if this doesn't make sense to any of you, like, please comment and let us know. But that's why, LNU or body systems, our original formula, can be used in a multitude of ways. New Genesis is going to be used by your body in a multitude of ways. Aston invents these formulas for one thing or for one main goal, but we end up, as it more and more people use these formulas, we end up seeing an amazing diversity of benefits because your body already knows what's wrong. Your body already wants to do the work. You just need to get out of its way and give it the tools it needs to rebuild itself. So when it comes to New Genesis and we talk about prostate health or we talk about infections or we talk about now blood pressure or genes, um, your your genes are just chemicals. And when you break down any plant, it breaks down into a chemical structure. And that is all part of the building blocks of our bodies. Plants just literally build us. We are one in a way. And so that's why we think plants are the best way to help the body nourish itself, but also rebuild when necessary. And those plants can then be used in many, many ways. And you're going to keep hearing us going around in circles when it comes to New Genesis, or L New One, or any of our formulas, because they can be used in so many ways by your body. Okay, how to get that out of the way. Now we have a ton of questions. So um, let's go back up here to. Okay, we said, so that was about how does it help to lower, stabilize high blood pressure? Or does it? And you said yes, right? The answer was yes.
Yes.
Okay. Uh June says last week Aston mentioned oxygenating the blood. Can he expand on this?
Okay. So
So I was setting you up for that.
yes, you were.
Okay.
So let me try to simplify it now. So Jill put a bug in my brain,
Oh
and
no.
it's going to be hard to get it out.
Okay, get it out.
But let me try. So the primary cause of all diseases, especially cancer, the primary cause, the number one cause above all causes, is lack of oxygen in our bodies. Is the cells or the tissue getting poor oxygenation? The number one cause of all diseases is poor oxygenation of the body, especially cancer. Poor oxygen, the cells and the tissues, the organs are not getting adequate oxygen. So the three main ways to ensure that your body is getting good oxygen. One is exercise. Try to get out there, and if you're handicapped and you're in your wheelchair or you're in bed, just try to move your arms, move something. Just try, your best to keep moving, motion, even if you're not walking or running. But of course, walking is the best. Running is probably the next best. Running probably the next best only because when you run, you actually create a lot of stress on the body and the joints, especially the knees. But if you can run and you have good joints, all the better. You just get it over very quickly. So exercising is one of the number one ways to get oxygen in the lung, and the lung is doing this. It's just fluffing. It's just pulling the oxygen and pushing it out. And when it pulls in the oxygen, it's going to the bloodstream, it's going to the cells, the tissues, the capillaries, those tiny blood vessels in the eye, the kidney, the brain have the tiniest amount of those blood vessels called the capillaries. So get the blood flowing. That's what exercise can do for you. The second is drinking lots of water. If you don't have congestive heart disease or kidney disease, try to get at least half your body weight of water, half your body weight in ounces of water. If you have those issues, talk to your doctor, talk to your cardiologist, talk to your primary care to find out the amount of water you can consume if you have congestive heart disease or if you have kidney issues, or if you have fluids in the lung or around the lung or in the legs. Talk with your doctor. Just don't go off and start drinking lots of water. That could make your situation worse, because if your organs are harboring water, it means that you're not pushing it out fast enough. The third way, green juices or green smoothie. Green juices are even better. Those are three of the main ways you can oxygenate your body on a daily basis. Walking, exercise, run, whatever you do, just motion, and drinking the right amount of water. Just water, not juices, not sodas, none of that. Just pure H2O, water, and green juices. If you do that, you are going to be having a lot of energy every day.
Great. I was, doing some production on the back end, so, if you did you mention how NuSpecies helps to oxygenate the blood?
Well, no, I left that out
Oh,
because, we're just giving you the stuff you can do at home, on your own to get your body properly oxygenated. But the best formulas we have, if you want to use new species, I think June, you're taking the LNU1 already. The LNU formulas, whether it's the LNU1, the Body System, or the LNU9, the Legend, the LNU25. The 25 is going to provide your body the most oxygenation. You all see that these formulas have a lot of green in them. Or if you look at the label, you see that, the alfalfa, you see all these different herbs and plants, they're loaded with chlorophyll. So if you're taking new species, especially the L-news especially, you're going to get a lot of oxygenation. And then, yes, if you're taking the Fire Focus, which is our energy formula, a lot of you take it for your kidneys and for hormone issues. If you're taking the Fire Focus, that's going to also help the blood circulation to speed up. And the faster your blood is moving from your lung to your heart, to the blood vessels, the arteries, the veins, the capillaries, is the more oxygen your cells and tissue are going to get. I think I just gave you all the formula for long life. Keep your body properly oxygenated, and your body will cure diseases on its own, and your body will stay strong, the muscles will stay strong, and you're going to live such, a much longer life.
all right. Next question comes from, Dingle Plays. Do people with asthma usually grow out of it?
Some people say they do. I can't say that they have, but some people say they had asthma when they were younger, and now that they get older, and it's gone. And then other people say, as they get older, it gets worse. So, but the body can fix anything. The body can cure anything. The human body can cure any disease. If it couldn't, I would not be sitting here. I would not be doing new species. I would not have invented all those formulas. If we give our bodies what our bodies need, our bodies can cure itself. It can cure itself on its own. Just give it what it needs. And that's what new species says. So, yes, if the body can cure cancer, stage 4 cancer, as we have seen thousands of times over at new species, if the body can cure cancer, I believe the body can cure anything.
Yeah, and I don't even like to use the word cure so much because in a way it's like retroactive prevention because your body was capable of preventing that disease. I mean, in most cases, I'm speaking generally here. I know there's always exceptions, there's always unique circumstances, but in general, most of the conditions and diseases that we see, the body could have prevented in the first place. And then like we got in the way with our lifestyles or whatever, what we're eating, what we're not doing, what we are doing, so many things that can cause disease. And so if your body, was able to have prevented it, it wouldn't have developed. So now it's like you're, a little bit late, but you're finally doing the things that you should have done to prevent it. And so then we call that a cure, but really I just see it as like retroactive prevention. Um, 'Cause because it's not a cure to me, people think is like some sort of magical thing that the humans have to invent to put in the body to counteract something. And then there are cases where like, humans do that. I don't know if we have any cures other than like penicillin, but even that comes from nature. So, I don't even know if we have anything that's like truly a cure. But anyway, that's my issue with the word cure, but
Well,
I know what you meant.
well, there are people who, that's the way they understand, like the gentleman in the store
Mhm.
talking to you in Bronxville,
Right.
is the way the industry has trained all of us, the health industry, the medical industry. They both have trained all of us to think of things in a certain way. And now we're ingrained in
Mhm.
this mindset. And here is Jillian trying to undo the damage to your brain cells and your psychology. And now you all feel like either we are in a psychiatric ward or you are.
New species doesn't make sense. Okay, sorry. So Olivia Bowen, she brings us back to where we left off last week.
Okay.
But she puts a little bit more of a pin in it. So she's asking, what does the queen nanny do to the body, especially having fibroids and endometriosis?
So this month, I don't think, yeah, we're August 31st, so next month,
Yeah, starting
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah, starting tomorrow. What we plan to do, and you can explain some of it, Joe,
Ooh.
we plan to do as much education as we can on women's health. So we'd like all of you to join and get your family members to join, men and women, and get your daughters and granddaughters and your neighbors' daughters, get them to join, because a lot of women are having, a lot of girls, having girls, their kids. A lot of kids are getting menstrual cycle now at 8 years old. Their parents, grandparents are bringing them to me, and it's disaster coming for them down the road. So I would like you all to tune in next month with us and right here on our stream. We're going to try our best to do as much education as we can, and of course, we're going to sparse it up with men's health issues as well, because women health issues are in some ways different hormones, but they're similar. Different organs, but they're similar. It's the testicles for men, it's the ovaries for women. So there's similarities. But to address your question, so the Queen Nanny is, we have it to assist the body to support itself in normalizing hormones. The primary cause, if not the only cause, that I have seen scientifically over the last 20 years, fibroids, women who have fibroids, and we're going to talk a lot about it, next month, September. Women with fibroids, women with ovarian cysts or PCOS or dense breasts or thyroid issues. Now, a lot of women with menopause, menopausal issues, and a lot of other hormonal issues that plague you ladies. And unfortunately, all these different organs, once you have an issue in any of those organs, you can also get cancer in those organs. So you have like 5 or 6 different organs where a lot of women get cancer in the uterus, but it could be uterine cancer and endometrial cancer, ovarian cancer, breast cancer, thyroid cancer, pituitary gland cancer. Just like 6 organs that just devastate a large portion of our clients worldwide. Women, white, black, all of that. But black women get it the worst, and that we can talk about later in the month of September as well. So yes, our Queen Nanny is designed to assist the body, to support it, to balance hormones, all hormones, whether it's estrogen or progesterone or steroids, cortisol, whatever it is. It's designed to assist women in helping them with those issues. So once your hormones are balanced, ladies, these issues will just gradually go away. And for a lot of you, it will take a long time, may take a year, even 2 years, and we're going to talk about it next month. A lot of you choose to do surgery and they grow back, and they grow back worse. A lot of women would use the word fibroid farms they have now in their uterus and outside their uterus or in the wall of the uterus because of the surgery they did. They just, poke that monster in their uterus when they do the surgery, and it just further devastate their body. So we're going to talk a lot about it.
Okay. But is it fair to at least explain how the plants that are or herbs that are in Queen Anne formula go to the root causes, so they're not, like, directly like a treatment for a cyst or, um, growths
Right.
or tumors, but they're supporting the body, in the root causes that allows these tumors and things to grow,
Hmm.
unchecked. Like, why was the body not able to stop that growth from happening? And it's because there's, like, a multitude of things that are not functioning properly. So there's, like, lots of mistakes that are allowed to just go unchecked. And so the Queen Anne formula is usually used in conjunction with other formulas that are supporting
The
the whole body.
anti-inflammatory, and now the new Genesis, definitely add that to along with the anti-inflammatory with Queen Anne for all of you who have fibroids, you have endometriosis, you have uterine issues, you have ovarian cysts, dense breast, thyroid issues. All of you now should be either using the Thyroid Focus or the Queen Anne, along with, especially if your issues are chronic, if you've had it for years, and if you're worried about getting cancer, as you should, you should add in the anti-inflammatory and the new genesis along with the queen annie or the thyroid focus. You can use the queen annie or the thyroid focus to help with these issues. So yes, here we go. Great comment there from you, Joe. The queen nanny is not going to shrink your fibroid. Your body is going to shrink your fibroid because now the underlying genetic condition you have, the inflammation you have, the abnormal hormones, especially related to estrogen and progesterone that you have, the excess cortisol or steroids being produced by your adrenal glands above your kidneys. The queen nanny is going to have to balance those hormones. And by balancing the hormones excesses are what those are what's feeding the fibroid to make it get bigger, to make it get more. And again, we're going to get more into it next month. We could sit here for the next 5 hours and I could expound, on the details around this, whether you want to get more details or not, but we're going to try to expound on this next month as much as we can during our Q&A.
All right. Um, all right. So Dale is asking, and I can take this one. And we have this question and the next, and I think that's all we're gonna have time for because as you all know, I have to get to Bronxville. All right. Last week when I showed up, Fitzgerald was there and he was like, "This is stressful, isn't it? I just saw you on the show and now you're here."
Double duty.
It's like, yeah, I actually enjoy it, but it's tight. So Dale's asking, "Good morning. I just received the basic cleanse package and downloaded the dietary guidelines. There are a lot of do not eat foods listed. Do you have a suggested meal plan to assist in starting?" So Dale, thank you so much for asking this. Let me give you a little bit of background about how we created that two-pager to guide you with food, and then give you a little bit of freedom to take action. So the first thing is, we're not nutritionists. Even if we were, we really enjoy our specialty of herbal medicine and herbal supplements, and so we probably wouldn't get into meal planning. There's a lot of amazing especially plant-based meal planning programs out there that just do a much better job than we would. And so I think you could seek out that support. What we do want to do though is when we tell people, because they're in urgent health issues, and we say, okay, just please stop eating these things. What we want to do is give you just like the most effective information possible, even if it's the hardest thing for you to do. I highly doubt most people are going to look at our no list of the things you shouldn't eat and overnight just stop eating all those things. Because if you're not used to not eating those things, you're not going to know what else you can eat. Um, for the record, there are over 400,000 plant species on planet Earth, 300,000 of which are edible. So when folks wonder what they're going to eat if they don't have flour and sugar and meat and dairy, there's actually a lot. It's just a whole new world you have to open yourself up to. So what Aston does with that no list is to say, listen, if you were to actually stop eating all these things tomorrow and start eating a lot of the things that I put on here, even if it tastes horrible or you're doing it totally the worst way and you're just chomping on like the raw ingredients because you don't know what to do. Let's just say like worst case scenario, if that's what happened. You might be miserable doing it, but you will definitely get healthier. And so the idea is like because we can't get into all the incredibly complex work of meal planning, we want to give you something. So at least if we give you like the common denominator, or we boil it down to the most like raw information possible, we're giving you something. Now it's sort of like shoot for the moon and land among the stars. Okay. So the two-pager that you downloaded is like shooting for the moon, but even if you get anywhere close to that, you're gonna land among the stars. So you're gonna start to see health improvements. And that's just our way of like giving you some guidance, but not dipping our toes into like an industry that is not our specialty, which is meal planning. If you want to email me, just email support@nuspecies.com. I'll see the email come into our system and I can give you a couple of references for some plant-based meal planning programs that I don't think are expensive and can give you all of that information. So don't get too stressed about it. Just know that if you do the best you can with eliminating those foods and adding in lots of fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and whole grains, you're going to definitely feel better getting anywhere close to what's on there. All right, so please email support@newspecies.com, Dale. Okay, lastly, was Suzanne was just following back up and saying, well, if the formulas are going to help, and I'm paraphrasing because I'm pretty sure this is what she means, if the formulas are going to help help your body lower blood pressure, what if you already have low blood pressure? How does that work? Is it okay to take them?
So that, this is a great example. We just talked about high blood pressure,
Mhm.
and we're saying that New Genesis can help with it. And now we're saying low blood pressure. New Genesis can also help with it. That is the point. That's why we can't make the formulas for blood pressure. We have to make the formulas to support the genes, to support the DNA, to fix blood pressure. Let's leave out the low and the high for now. Leave those out. Blood pressure. You want it to be normal. You don't want it to be high. You don't want it to be low. When the blood pressure is low, it is also genetic. And I can give you 100 causes of low blood pressure. I can give you 100 causes of high blood pressure. So this is a really great example where, like someone who has hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism, same thing. We help people with the hypo and we help people with the hyper. And it's the same formulas because the formulas are supporting the DNA, the genes, the cell, the organs, just in general, to remove inflammation, to build up the immune system, to fix sick cells, sick tissues. That's why, great example why, you can now think of NuSpecies as supporting your body. And that is why, if you have one issue when it comes to NuSpecies that you tell us about, and you're taking our formulas for high blood pressure, that's why a lot of you come back to us and say, oh, my glucose is low, or my A1C went down, or the pain in my back is gone, or whatever issues you have. A whole host of issues are gone from just taking the system we recommend for you to help you with your high blood pressure or your diabetes or your cancer. Any issue you have, we are not just supporting that one issue. And that's why all of you owe us. And we should send you, we should bill all of you who are getting all these great results beyond what you're paying for, because you're getting many issues fixed by just taking NuSpecies for one issue that you think of.
Mhm. I was speaking to one of your clients yesterday who came into Bronxville to purchase, and she had said, what did she say? She was saying, like, well, again, these conversations always happen like, okay, so if I get this, is it going to support that? Well, what if I don't get that? Is it going to support this? And I always just have to keep backing up and explaining that, your body is going to do anything that it can do when it takes our products. Even if you told us you had this health goal and we sell you our formulas to help you with that health goal, we know we can't stop plants from doing many things in your body because we're giving you a whole toolbox. And so what you may not see the results you were looking for right away, but you're going to see something happening. There's no way you're going to put this raw nutrition in your body and not feel something.
Right.
It's just like, how long will it take to get to the result you came to us for? That's going to look different for everybody.
Right.
Yeah. It's so hard to to sell our products.
Do you recall? I know we're out of time, but do you recall, just to bring it home for our family here? You recall this client we had about 10, 12 years ago who he had high blood pressure, he had diabetes, he had high cholesterol.
The truck driver.
Yes.
Yes.
And he was tired. He was tired all the time. So I said to him, take these formulas, and he took NuSpecies. His blood pressure went from high to normal. His diabetes went to normal. It went away. His cholesterol went to normal, and he came back and asked us for a refund because he said he was still feeling tiredness. So
Yep.
his diseases got alleviated. I'm not going to say gone completely, but got alleviated. They were in a normal column. And that's just how you should think of NuSpecies. It's going to help you, and as Jill just said, to fix your body, but your body is going to decide what it's going to fix first. So you may come to us with cancer and say, okay, my cancer is still there after 3 months or 6 months. Guess what? Your body is likely fixing the immune system, fixing the genes, fixing the DNA. Our bodies are so smart, people. Our bodies are so smart, unbelievably smart. And that's why anyone who doesn't believe in God has problems.
That's a whole other
That's a
statement.
whole nother thing.
All right. So we are out of time. I have to head out. Thank you all so much for joining. Andrea, we did see your question. I gave you a heads up that we might not get to it. It looks like we're not going to be able to get to it. So please bring that question back next week. And all of you, just want to remind you, you can always submit your questions in advance on NuSpecies app. So please download our app. And on the app, if you scroll down, you'll see where you can submit a question. We get those right to our email, and then we can prepare to answer them on the next show. Especially because people are typically slow to start asking questions at the start of the show, we can probably get to your pre-submitted question right away. It'll also help us because we might want to make some extra videos for you on YouTube that are separate from our live stream. And if we have your questions in advance, we could make that video for you. So please submit questions on the app, download the app, and make sure you allow notifications. I often will let you know when NuSpecies, a store, might be closing early for an emergency, or when Aston has in-store hours, or when there's discounts. So if you are a NuSpecian and you're part of our world, you're going to want to allow notifications from our app. Also on the homepage of our website, if we are using a new marketing system now, I'm transitioning over from the one we used before. So if you're already on our email list, if you don't mind just filling out that form again, to tell the technology gremlins that you want to still be on our list and update your information, it'll get you into our new system, and it'll just clean up all our data, keep everything in sync. In addition to that, while you're on our website, if you go down to the bottom right-hand corner, you're going to see check rewards. We now have our rewards program, and it's our loyalty program where you can earn points for every dollar you spend. You can earn points for updating your profile. You can earn points for putting in your birthday, for referring people. So if you're someone who refers a lot of people to us, please sign up for our rewards program on our site. It's separate from that sign up box for our marketing, for like allowing us to email and text you. It's in the bottom right-hand corner. It says check rewards. And when you go to that, it'll say to create an account or log in. If you're someone who already orders on our website, then just use that same login. If you haven't ordered on our website, you probably don't have a login on our site, then you'll create the account. And then when you click on earn for your points, you'll see refer a friend. And that will give you a unique link. When you send that link to your friends, it will, if they buy, they will get 10% off with that link. But also you will automatically get enough points in your account to get a discount on your next purchase. So it's a great program to be a part of. It's our way of rewarding those of you who are loyal and always buying from NuSpecies. And you shouldn't have to wait for us to do a discount for everyone when you have earned discounts for your own individual purchasing habits with NuSpecies. So we really want you to be part of the loyalty program. We want you to be on our email and text list. We would love for you to subscribe to NuSpecies on YouTube because we want to get up to over 1,000 subscribers. And that will allow us to have access to extra features that will make our live streams cooler. And we want to be cool. So please subscribe to YouTube, like our content if you can. If you hit the notification bell, you will always be told when we are live. And yeah, and so we look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you, those of you on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We really appreciate your time with us. Anything else, Aston?
Yes, you all have a great weekend, and we're going to do it again next Saturday, hopefully, and we will start getting into some of the women's health issues and men's health as well. And one of the things I want to say, you all who are on the chat, chatting to one another, I really love it. I love to see that you're interacting with one another. And if you think NuSpecies help you and you're willing to review a little bit of what you've gotten help with, it's good to just put it in the chat so other people can see it as well. Yeah. Yep. Awesome.
Over on Instagram, we got a client saying, I'm a NuSpecies forever. You guys saved my life. Yeah, it feeds our souls. The work we do is hard. So hearing good news from you just keeps us fueled. So don't ever hold back to tell us how much you like what we do. Really.
I can never get enough, just so you all know.
Yeah, we're greedy for that.
I hear it every day, but I still can't get enough.
All right. So much love from us to you. Thank you for being here. And we look forward to seeing you next Saturday. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.